Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Total Brohammer, and as you can see, today we're going to be using the Soul of Damnation against the Dark Elves. So, it's Chaos versus Dark Elves here, and I've gone with a little bit of a weird army. So, for my lord, I have Sarthoriel the Ever-Watcher here. He has soul resistance, he has magic resistance, and you know, it's just a good versatile lord. Magic damage, 60 melee attack, 40 melee defense, 440 weapon strength. Good assortment of spells, a lot to like about Sarthoriel. He can get destroyed in melee by melee lords, however, he is very fast and can move through his troops very easily, so. Very good versatile lord, probably one of the best the Chaos has to offer. So, of course, I do have this Soul of Damnation, like I mentioned here, so 541 missile strength here, 262 of that is armor piercing. It's much more accurate, 420 range, nice. Does magic damage, and a lot to like about it. Let's see what its abilities are. It is, of course, unbreakable, and it does have this ability right here. So if enemies are in range for 44 seconds, they actually get better reload skill, and that's if enemies are within 200 meters, so that's a pretty long range. We also have Blood over here, which gives it more speed, acceleration, and vigor for some reason. And, of course, we have Boom, which gives it extra explosion damage and armor-piercing explosions. Alright, so I got the Summers of Rage, too. Very good unit, very versatile, very good at anti-large. For some reason, they seem to be very resistant to missiles, so I brought these guys. They do have a 25% missile resistance, but only 45 armor, so that is kind of strange why they seem so resistant. But they also have a bound chain lightning. I've got two Chaos Marauders out here, one here and one here. In the forest over here, I got the Demon's View, as well as two Chosen with great weapons to hopefully deal with any infantry he has. Besides that, I've got 4 Marauder Horsemen to take care of any skirmish cav he has, which my opponent has brought quite a bit of it. And that's pretty much it for my army here. So my opponent here has gone with a heavy core of Hargneth Executioners here, 4 in total. He's also got a lot of Dark Riders. So he's got 4 Dark Riders for shields and 2 Dark Riders for repeater crossbow. He also has 1 Doomfire Warlock and Malekith on his dragon with, looks like, Word of Pain, Soul Stealer, and Power of Darkness. All good stuff here. So let's go ahead and kick it into gear. So my opponent is, I'm not sure quite why he did this, because whether he goes right here, he's moving over here. Whether he starts advancing from here or starts advancing from here, I'm still going to have the same range on him, but, so that's kind of interesting. I noticed I did kind of start next to this edge of the map here, so I'm kind of moving more this way. We're not in the corner here, so he has plenty of room to move around here. I am hiding my Chosen in the forest. I see no reason to bring them out of the forest right now, so I'm going to keep them there. Meanwhile, I'm going to be moving my Soul of Damnation somewhere around here so I can start getting some fire onto the approaching Hargneth Executioners, which are going to be a very dangerous unit against me. I mean, there's 4 of them against my 2 Chosen, so I really need my Soul of Damnation here to swing the tide in my favor here. So as you can see, he's spreading out over here with his Dark Riders, and he has all this, and I've tried similar builds in the past. He has all this because Dark Riders actually beat Poison Warhounds, and he wants to keep his Dark Riders with repeater crossbows, and he's going to be using those to do a lot of damage, or that's at least the hope here. So I got Sarthoriel up here. I'm making sure to keep him in the front so that any arrow fire that does come in, he has a lot of resistance to range fire here. I'm also going to keep these guys in the forest, because like I said, there's no reason to take them out right now. They're hidden. He is going to wisely come over here and do some scouting. And you know what? Actually being in the forest will actually help them against Malekith, being that he is large. It will also help block some arrow fire. So he's going to be trying to kind of bob and weave here, but I don't think that's a good idea. In this situation, you can try to bob and weave 1 unit at a time, but you really need to start advancing here instead of just fooling about back here. So over here, as you can see, the Soul of Damnation is getting some pretty good hits here, and as you'll see by the end of the battle, it pays for itself, I would say. So over here, he's moving all these guys forward. I was moving these guys around, making sure that Malekith doesn't get some breath attacks on him. I have these guys pretty much following Malekith. I'm going to run right into these Dark Riders. There's nothing here that is threatening to me. I'm going to move these guys back and have these Marauders block up these Dark Riders. I'm going to make sure that Sarthrol, the Everwatcher, doesn't get too far forward, because if Malekith catches him out, that's not going to be good for us. We do catch his Dark Riders right here and get some really good damage. Over here, as you can see, my opponent is doing the wrong thing. You just got to advance. I don't know what he's doing back here, but he is going for the trees. I see that, so I'm going to start shooting at those guys. We did terrify these Dark Riders off, and I'm going to just be using my Marauder Horsemen and just kind of not overextending. I think my opponent would have had a much better time in this battle if he would have just, advanced instead of being afraid of the Soul of Damnation. I'm not sure what the thinking was here, but as you can see, the Soul of Damnation just was whiffed twice, so that's not good for us. Over here, I'm just going to be throwing into Dark Riders and get some extra damage on here, realizing that I'm too far forward and that Malekith is coming in. I'm going to be retreating right here. Now, if Malekith wants to chase after Sarthril, I'm actually fine with that, because then I'm going to hit him with an Overcast Plague of Rust and then have all these guys throw at him. He did very well. Of course, I am moving my Summoners of Rage up in case he decides to dive here. I'm going to need their support. So, I'm just going to be retreating all across the line here. As you can see, the Soul of Damnation is actually getting some really good hits on these Hargneth Executioners now. So, we've taken this unit down to about half, and this unit will probably be to about down half soon. I'm going to throw the Summoners of Rage in here, seeing that there's nothing really over here that's going to threaten them. The fact that we're in the forest actually means that a lot of these shots are going to not do so well, but with Malekith jumping in here, I'm actually going to pull back into the safety of my Chosen. Now, I am going to be charging around with my... go ahead and pause it here. I am going to be charging around with my Marauder Horsemen. Over here, we got the Soul of Damnation. Oh, got a good hit in both these Dark Riders and these Hargneth Executioners. That is just wonderful. Beautiful game. We're just running away here. Man, this game is beautiful. And we're getting some good damage. Over here in the forest, it looks like Malekith just did an Overcast. He popped a Word of Pain on my Summoner's Rage here, which is puts them down to 0 melee attack. All the better reason to get him out of here. So I don't think that was the best time to pop a Word of Pain. It was actually even Overcast, so they got low melee defense as well. But here come the Chosen coming in here, and they are going to do good work against the Hargneth Executioners, who are already wounded. So that's going to go pretty well for me, and I am retreating. So that Word of Pain is pretty much going to be wasted here. Let's kick it back in full gear. Still shooting at these Hargneth Executioners. Every time he charges at me with his Dark Riders, I run behind my Chaos Marauders. As you see, I'm doing cycle charging these Chaos Marauders and Sarthril, and they're actually doing really good damage to these Hargneth Executioners because of that. Now I gotta say, Malekith over here is doing a lot of damage. I'm popping Transmutation of Lead, and he might be able to swing the favor into the Hargneth Executioner's favor here. But over here, I am just swarming over his Hargneth Executioners and beating them Marauders and the Soul of Damnation here. As you can see here, let's get this shot. Pretty good, pretty good. Kind of a whiff, but you know. Over here, I'm going to be throwing at Malekith here. He does have 80 armor. So I'm going to be bringing Sarthril over here, sensing that Malekith might want to try to land on him, and that these Chosen actually need a little bit of help. I'm going to bring him over here near my Summoners of Rage, seeing that Malekith is coming in. I'm going to be pulling Sarthril out and Summoners of Rage in. He's also bringing Cabin, which is only going to benefit me too, so I'm going to be pulling Sarthril out here. Over here, the Hargneth Executioners, despite being destroyed by that Soul of Damnation, are actually still beating the Marauders, as you would expect them to do, especially with the Murderous Prowess on. The Soul of Damnation is now getting some good fire onto these Dark Riders here, and I'm actually going to be going into melee. Now I see Malekith around here, and if he dies on these guys, they're just going to tear out. Also, I'm just going to be retreating here, playing very defensively here, and the Soul of Damnation. So let's go ahead and look at how many kills it has. It has 78 kills already. And just down here, the Marauder Horsemen are doing great work. They are taking some fire right now, but, you know, they can fire in 360 degrees. The Doomfire Warlocks are being shoved off, and the combination of the Summoners of Rage and the Chosen are just destroying everything over here. Even with the Hargneth Executioners, with their Murderous Prowess, Murderous Mastery over here, it's not going to be enough. Now, Malekith has actually gotten Sarthril caught out, and I actually did even forget my Demon Spear over here, so that's a real... I wanted to send them up and around, but I think I actually forget these guys the rest of the match. So, really bad on me, guys. Really, really bad on me. So I am going to have to get Sarthril out of here and pull these Summoners of Rage through. I am at least going to pop a debuff on them, Transmutation of Lead. And as you can see, I'm pathing my Summoners of Rage here. And we're just getting some hits on Malekith. my opponent is unwisely shooting at Sothorel the Ever-Watcher. Gonna pop a Plague of Rust on Malekith here, as both Malekith and Sothorel retreat. So, seeing that Malekith is actually got a Plague of Rust on him, I'm gonna try to go toward him here, but it's not gonna work out too well. He's gonna go back in the forest, and I'm not even worried. Seeing that all these guys are bunched up, he's gonna go for a breath attack. I realize this, and I'm gonna try to move, but that was a really good breath attack. However, we have defeated all these guys. Demon Spew still being wasted back there, charging into his Doomfire Warlocks with the Marauder Horsemen, and on the charge, they are just not bad. And so that's game, guys, and a very good game it was. Let's see how that Soul of Damnation did in the in-battle screen here. Soul of Damnation, 102 kills, mostly on Hardened Executioners. These guys got 9 kills, this guy's got 23. So, really good, really good. Dark Riders weren't used very well, and definitely a mistake on my part of forgetting the Demon Spew here. But, the Soul of Damnation was honestly able to carry us. So, Sothorel, Chosen, Chaos are so good now. Chaos are like ridiculously good. I love them. Very strong faction. But so are the Dark Elves. Definitely competitors for the top faction in the game, both these factions. As you can see, it's Hardened Executioners. These two are the ones that probably were getting hit by the Soul of Damnation and were cutting up those Marauders. Dark Riders didn't do very well. He wasn't able to get any good shots on pretty much anything valuable with his Dark Riders. The only thing valuable he was shooting at was Sothorel the Ever-Watcher, who has like a 65 or 70% missile resistance, so that's pretty much a waste. But in any case, a very good game to my opponent here. He had very good plays with Malekith, I must admit. But I think the Dark Riders just didn't pan out in this one. I had Cav to counter them on my own, plus the yeah, it was a good game, very good game. Anyway, my opponent did say fuck you for having my Chosen in the forest, which I thought was kind of strange, but you know what? He's allowed to have his opinion. He doesn't like fighting people in the forest, I guess. But that's going to be all for this one, guys. This is Jonathan for Total Brohammer, signing out.